Looking back at a deadly train derailment that caught the attention of the nation.
4 people died and dozens of others were injured near Mendon, Missouri, after an Amtrak train hit a dump truck that was stopped on a railroad crossing.
KSHB 41 was there. In fact, I talked with people caught in the middle of the chaos nearly a year ago. Tonight, we are following up with one of those voices who has one memory of that scene he just can't shake.
Here's KSHB 41 News reporter Megan Abundis.
I spoke with many passengers who were able to get off of the train, meeting them at Mendon High School, a safe spot. They said once the cars filled with dust, the race was on to help each other get out. I spoke with first responders. They told me they had to bring ladders to help people climb off the trains, climbing through broken windows. The injuries and the memories were many.
I remember just how easy it was going.
Last year, Jason Drinkard and his high school students were all smiles at Union Station, not knowing that their day wouldn't go as planned.
As we tipped over, we actually hit the ground and it drug us. And so that's one of the things, the screeching, the crunching of metal, the gravel, underneath it and everything. That's one of the things that sticks with me a lot. Even
with a delayed train to Chicago, they believed their school competition trip would be waiting for them.
I think back to, just laying there in the seat, reading a book, and how, just enjoyable the trip was. And then how quickly it descended into chaos.
Do you think about the 1 mark coming up at all?
I do. It's one of those things that every morning when I go to work, for whatever reason, there's always a dump truck. And every time I see a dump truck, it takes me right back to the incident.
A hot summer day, 280 people aboard, a crash. The train went off the tracks. We talked with them after they got off the train.
My mind was saying, I can't believe this is actually happening. And everything else was just slow motion.
It was survival mode. The ground was not where it was last. Jason and his students had to find their way out.
I remember how hot it was.
People were burning their hands climbing on the train. More injuries and lives lost would come next.
I've never seen this before, to where everyone was trying to help everyone.
I know I did everything I could, but I wish there was more that I could have done.
After the crash, Jason got certified in emergency training. He's becoming a medic in the Army Reserves. It's his response to how he responded that day.
One of the biggest things that I still feel when I think about last summer is just feeling how unprepared I was. I felt almost isolated because I just felt helpless. But because of that, because of the CERT training, I feel like I'd be better prepared to handle an emergency like that.
But what overshadows the crash, the blur of people in pain, the exit, what was clear? The generosity of the town of Mendon.
People coming in, hey, how are you doing? Checking in on just ordinary people, not nurses, not doctors, not EMTs, just people coming in and turning out to make sure that you are okay. And that's something that I'm going to take with me until, I die, just how great they were.
Jason filed a lawsuit. He's waiting to see if it heads to trial or arbitration. He says the way he's traveled has changed. He looks for control where he can get it. He did tell me the crash brought his group of students closer together, being able to have conversations at school about what they went through. They're headed back to FBLA Nationals in just a few weeks, the same weekend, this time flying. I'm Megan Abundis, KSHB 41 News.